Basketball is my life. I have nothing else.
This is incredible. This is the best grateful fool I've ever heard.
Shooters. That's what we do.
Shooters, a basketball podcast. Let's go.
Shooters, we're back. Jack has finally joined me all the way from Kazakhstan. What on earth are you doing there? Tell the viewers what you're doing over there.
Well, I'm here to play a basketball game, a qualifier for upcoming Worlds, playing for the Boomers, the Australian team. And we play Kazakhstan on Friday. So pretty much I played my last NBL game against Brisbane on the Saturday, flew out Sunday morning, Melbourne, Dubai, Kazakhstan, and here I am.
You are. It's pretty good connection over there, by it saying. I was wondering what the internet would be like, but we're laughing over here. Different setup, but we're staring right at each other, which is always nice. So yeah, I was about to ask when the first game was, but Friday. Wonder what time that is here. Do you know what time it is over here?
I cannot help you out there yet. I don't even know what time the game is here. Day by day on the road.
You just call it. You just take every day. You just call every day game day or not, right? You don't care what day it is.
100%. We just work. What have I got tomorrow? What time's training? What time's our meals? What time do I show up and play?
Beautiful. So what's it been like over there? Have you guys just been, I assume, just fair few training sessions, fair few bonding or eating out and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I'll take you through kind of how the week's been so far. So a lot of travel, pretty much. So we flew from Tassie to Melbourne on the Sunday, and then we actually spent the night in Melbourne because there's not many flights at the moment, especially to Kazakhstan. So we flew out at 6 a.m. on Monday. That was a 14-hour flight to Dubai. Then we spent 8 hours. So we kind of like skipped the night because we landed at about 11 a.m. And then we spent 8 hours in the Dubai airport. So this is spent playing cards, getting to know some guys. Like I'd never done anything with Mitch Norton for Perth. So getting to know him and becoming friends and doing like the team building and just getting to know guys around the league, which is always awesome fun. And then 8 hours there, and then we got on the plane at about 9 p.m. To Kazakhstan, which was a 4-hour flight, and we arrived at 4 a.m. So we kind of skipped another little night, and then that day we slept in. We got into the hotel about 6 a.m., blacked out the lights, passed out for 5 hours, had a little gym session that night. We weren't able to get to a court, so we rushed to the gym, got some movement in. All the guys kind of got in at that point, getting to know more friends, chatting with Nick Kay and Angus Brandt, who I haven't played with in about 8 years. And then today, when we're recording this on a beautiful Tuesday, wake up, gym, movement, hard practice session. We watched film last night, film again this morning, a little bit of Kazakhstan scout, Boomers stuff. You know, how we want to play, what type of brand of basketball, and then big session of training. And then tonight we'll have some treatment. It's 5 p.m. here, 10 p.m. In Melbourne where we're recording. And then, we'll keep that rolling of another day tomorrow of like a little gym, film, training, and then game day the day after.
Lovely. Love that rundown. That was a great summary for me and the viewers, actually. It was very nice. I always love asking this question, but flight entertainment, 14-hour flight, what do you do?
There you go. So we're actually lucky enough to fly business. So it's a it's a crazy experience. You get to lay all the way down. I'm just too tall for it. You want to be about 6'6", 6'5" to lay the full straight. So the knees were bent. And then entertainment, a lot of sleep. There was like a cool little Mind Valley like TV stuff, which is just like they're courses. So I took a course on like goal setting, which was about an hour and a half course, writing some notes, and then a course on public speaking for another 2 hours. And then
What do you mean? Was this just as part of the flight? Like or was this something you downloaded pre-flight?
Nah, so it was part of the flight entertainment. So they have all their movies, like all the just releases, the TV series, especially on international flights. They have quite a lot. And then I was just scrolling through the TV series. I like to learn, so I was finding a documentary, clicked on the education, and then there was all these like online courses that have just been put onto the thing,
Bloody
onto
hell,
TV.
forget like Netflix and stuff. Jack McVeigh just getting like degrees on flights, just getting qualification.
100% trying to learn how to speak.
I love that. You just
Yeah,
like forget the regular entertainment. That's great.
there you
You
go.
speaking of flights, you and Scott Roth had a bit of banter about taking his seat or something. I don't know in the presser, in
Yeah,
the post game press conference.
there you go. We got a lot to catch up on. This is good. So
Is that
I I had the press conference with Big Scott Roth after the win in Perth, and he was saying how hard it is sitting in the middle seat because he's such a big boy. But in reality, he gets given the middle seat ticket, and the way we do it is just names, and I must be closest to his, and I'm on the aisle, but he takes my seat, makes me sit in the middle, humble Jack, and that's the rest is history. And he's a big boy, dominates the armrest, so I gotta make it work, but we make it work. We have a good laugh.
you make it work? The other thing you shouted out, I forgot. Someone on our Instagram pointed this out, but you did squeeze the line about the dominoes in the press conference, which I did request. I'm pretty sure I
Yes.
requested it
Yeah.
myself.
No, you 100% requested the Domino's line, and I got it done for you. So I keep,
I've done my
man.
research.
There you go. Okay, so I keep my promises. But enough about me. How's your week been? What have you been up to? A little NBL break. What kind of do you do throughout that?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you're right. I feel like we haven't talked for quite a while, but
Yeah.
yeah. So break, fever break. We like to call it as you said. That's what you boys are doing. But just trying to catch up on stuff. Like we always have a sort of to-do list of things. And speaking of stuff I do, because I know you still don't fully understand, I guess, like what I do on a day to day. So I have been filming little snippets that I can put together for like that day in the life that you suggested last
Yep.
podcast, if you remember that.
Yeah,
So.
100%.
Yeah, I'll have a little Instagram reel, a TikTok, something like
Cool.
that. A bit of Jack flavor, the ones you like to do. So, but it's actually quite enjoyable just to do, try to make it as interesting as possible. So, have that shortly, I reckon.
That's good. So, for anyone listening, we've been talking off camera. Maybe next episode or the episode after, I'm gonna hit Darren with the full interview because I don't exactly know what he does, what the week's like, the life of a photographer and media person in the NBL, and I want to know. I'm sure the people want to know too.
I don't even know if you told me that you were gonna give me an interview,
Oh,
but here we are.
yeah. Here we are. This first step. So, any projects you're working on in this NBL break in particular?
There's a few ones. We're trying to get some more podcasts happening actually. So one with Corey Williams, the commentator for people that don't know, ex MVP
Yep.
of the league, of course. We're trying to get one of him up and running, but that's more, to be honest, that's more like a lifestyle piece. It's not even covering basketball
Yep.
that much. Yeah, just little projects like that, and we've got like a sort of like a YouTube series coming out that's kind of more kids focused as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just little projects like that that actually don't relate too much to the season that we're trying to
Yeah.
get ticking over rather than just talking about.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. We'll jump to the NBL discussion. FIBA break hits, standings are out. Kind of 1/3 of the season done. How do you feel about it all? Who's impressed you? Who's surprised you?
It's always an interesting discussion this time because I feel like people have a bit of a break to think about it and think about what's happened. But yeah, obviously New Zealand, it's great to see them doing well. I'm sure everyone in the league kind of enjoys seeing them do well after the couple of years they've had. So I mean, I think I said this to you. They're just a very well-rounded team. Like there's no like I guess standout. There's probably like a different standout every night. You could probably say for them, which is the same probably for you guys. Now that I mention it, yeah, them Cairns as well. Good to see them doing well. Adelaide always in the headlines, always drama, but it's very interesting to see how things have played out. But yeah, what have you guys learned about your team over the past few weeks? It's been a bit of a up and down ride.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we went to New Zealand and got our butts kicked. They played really well. It was a close game, 46-43 with about 2 minutes to go in the third, and then we ended up losing by 30. Ours is just continually trying to build the discipline. Like this season has been a crazy one for a lot of teams, particularly it's the first time we've had a shorter preseason because of how long preseasons have been with COVID. And the year before, sorry, we were training till December. We were still in preseason. So I think teams are still finding their way, ourselves included, flowing through the offense and finding good shots and then discipline on the defensive end. we're getting some good wins and then some tough losses. I missed my first ever game winner against Brisbane.
I
Which,
saw that.
yes.
I'm just gonna cut you off there. I wasn't watching the entire game. I got home in time for it. I saw it was a close game because it wasn't that close throughout the thing. But you guys pulled it back, turned the TV on, and then there was Jack McVay just doing his your. Some people have called it your signature one-legged shot. It was looking pretty good. It looked pretty like spot on, but it just rolled out. But
Yeah.
had to tune in for that one.
Yeah, it was a cool experience, obviously in like a weird way. I've never really missed a shot like that. I've made quite a few.
Yeah.
But I got to my spot, got to my shot, which I felt comfortable, and it was just a little bit short. And Bainesy stepped up and did a great job. And yeah, the discussion afterwards, I think we should put out a question and a little video with this is, do you guys think I should have shot the three? We will hit a little poll. So we'll put the video up. Do you guys think I should have shot the three, or did you like if I drove in? I'm undecided, and I'll let you guys make the decision for me.
Don't mind that actually, because was it tied or were you down 1 or 2? I don't even know what it was.
We're down 2, so the 3 would have gone for the win, and it was a closeout, and it was but yeah, it hurt missing that shot, but I know like basketball is a game that makes it misses, and people, you say it, that's not the shot that lost us, and I'm very grateful to be able to take that shot. That's what I put the work in for, and hopefully next time I make it.
That'd be nice, but no, I think from memory, I'm pretty sure it looked like the 2-pointer was more open than the 3, right? Because you had to dribble.
Yeah.
I don't know if you dribbled past someone or fake someone out or something. I just
Yeah.
remember you kind of having to get open.
Yeah,
So,
we'll see. We'll have to put that on the Instagram.
for sure. And speaking of Adelaide, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I know everyone's talking about Craig Randall and all that, and we're probably all a bit sick of talking about it. But it did catch me off guard. Like I did not suspect that. So for backstory, Craig Randall, I think he was like almost leading the league in scoring at 20 something points per game, and Adelaide 36ers decided to go in a different direction. Released him a few days ago or yesterday or whenever it was, but. Yeah, it caught me off guard, and it's always interesting how sort of personalities and chemistry plays into these things. But yeah, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I like to stay off the social media a little bit, but obviously you can't escape it. I think a lot of times people don't realize the difference in culture between America and Australia. And that plays a big part, and some people are able to adjust a little bit better than others. Australians are down to earth. Australians are hard workers. Australians wear thongs and want a beer at the pub. Australians grow up and become tradies and work hard. Yeah, like the Australian culture is about brotherhood and about sacrifice and Anzacs, and it runs deep. It runs deep into what Australians are and what we're proud of and what we want to be around. And America isn't always like that. And sometimes some people struggle to adapt a bit quicker than others, especially if you've been an import your whole life or you're young and learning. And, and sometimes that can be harder to adjust than what people realize.
Yeah, well put. And I think like all the what everyone says about Australia, like all the I'm missing the word, but what people say about Australia, it's true. Like the characteristics of Australia and
Yep.
people that play basketball for Australia, it's a lot of that is so true, and it's just that culture is such a big thing, and it kind of does remind me of Tassie in a way. Like I think Scott Roth always says like something about give me, what did he say, like 10% less talent for something personality. Not a direct quote, obviously, but that's a general gist of it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, we'll bring it back to the boomers. It's why, that boomer culture runs deep, and it's why guys love to be a part of it. Australians are very cool people.
We are. Yeah.
So you just hope both parties, sometimes it can be the best for both parties. So hopefully Craig goes somewhere where, he feels whether it's more valued and keeps hooping, and Adelaide keeps rolling and brings in someone new that fits them a bit better, and all parties stay winning.
Yeah, for sure. And he's got all the talent in the world, and he was super exciting to watch. So I'm sure wherever he goes next, wherever that may be, let's just hope it works out the best for him.
Definitely.
But speaking of storylines in basketball, there was a great one. It feels like a while ago now since we last talked, but Kawhi Noy, how I just love how basketball has a funny way of it just like makes up these perfect storylines that I don't know. They couldn't be written any better. So
Yep.
he played his former. He's now playing for Sydney Kings. Played his former team, Cairns Taipans, on his birthday, and of course he happened to hit the game winner, which was it was very cool to see. And yeah, the celebrations were great, and the photos were great. And yeah, basketball has a funny way of doing these great things for you.
Yeah, that's a great shout out. That was an epic shot. Playing your old team, that's one of the best feelings in the world. Yeah, that's a way to bring that up. That was a cool moment in the NBL this season for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was. I had a big list of things to bring up for us. I just wanted to, just had to cover them all off. Is there any, speaking of old teams, is there any, do you still feel weird playing against Adelaide at all? Or is it any different for you at all? Or is it, you've moved on?
Like, I think it's always a little bit different. I always feel a little bit more passionate. Like I want to win a little bit extra bad. Definitely when I play them. But then it's weird because when I watch them, a lot of the guys are my friends, so I would actually cheer for them when they're playing other teams. Because, I'm still
Yeah.
in touch with a lot of guys. Like, I've become really close with Macca, like Nick Marshall, Drim, DJ, and obviously I will always be a part of Adelaide 36's history. That's how it goes. And so I'd be cheering for them, but I definitely want to beat them just a little bit a little bit extra for 100%.
Yeah, and I imagine once that buzzer goes, you probably like know half the staff and half the players and all that anyway. So it's like even if it's a bad loss or a good win, you're probably gonna be half like friendly after the
Yeah.
after the buzzer, I assume.
100%. Like on this trip right now with the Pumas, we got the Adelaide manager, Jazzy, who's a legend, and I've stayed great friends with and catching up with him here. And, you build those relationships. And even though sometimes the team doesn't work out in the NBA, you're traded or whatever it may be, you always keep those friendships.
Yeah, that's the best part of it, the relationships, I reckon. Just like the people you grow with and know and all that good stuff. It's
Yeah.
not just basketball at the end of the day, of
Yeah,
course.
100%. Should we get into some
Um,
rate or hate, or have we got some more stuff to bring up?
I've got one more basketball thing
I
for you.
love it.
I just wanted to test you. So I'm gonna put a situation in your head. So you're playing against whoever the hell you guys are playing next in the NBL.
Yep.
You're about to let's just say you go for your one-legged shot again. Someone fouls you, sort of, before you when you're still dribbling. The ref blows a whistle. Are you going to shoot the ball after the whistle or not?
This is a great question.
Thank
This
you.
is good. This has been a little bit of a controversial talking point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna try and get the N1 or get a little bit of touch or see the ball go in the rim. How do you feel about the delay of the game stuff?
Delay. Yeah, so for people, there's a delay of the game, delay of game, sort of new. I don't know whether you call it a rule. I guess you call it
Focus,
a
probably
rule.
a focus. Yeah, focus rule.
Focus, focus is a good way to put it. That yeah, basically the refs just don't want. I almost said we. I'm not part of the referee team. Anyway, the referees do not want the players shooting the ball after the whistle is blown. Like obviously, if it's super close and there might be continuation or whatever, sure, I'm sure that's fine. But if it's clearly before, they just don't want you shooting the ball because they don't want to delay the game anymore. But yeah, it's been a bit of a talking point, and I think it's one of those things that I don't know. I've heard people online sort of say it's delaying the game more,
Yeah.
even calling it, which I get, but it's probably one of those things that once they keep doing it, you guys will probably get more accustomed to it, and hopefully it just ends
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It ends easy for everyone else.
For sure. I got one more basketball thing to bring up now that you just
Go for it.
I can't remember his name 100% slash pronounce it, but the 7'4" prospect that everyone
Oh,
is talking about. What's his name, and have you watched much footage?
the French
The
guy.
French guy.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama.
That's nice.
Let's go.
It was close. Have you seen the footage? What's your thoughts?
I think they described him as an alien, and I think that's very, yeah. I'm pretty fluent in French, so that was spot on pronunciation.
Perfect.
But no, he's pretty crazy. Like, I think I watched his first game against that other prospect they're hyping up, that Scoot Henderson guy. I don't know if you've heard him, but
Yep.
they're projected like 1 and 2 in the next year's draft, and yeah, it was very cool to watch. And I've seen highlights of him pop up, but yeah,
Yeah.
I hate to see what these I don't know, 18-year-old kids look like in like 10 years if this is what they're kind of
Yeah.
producing already. It's very crazy. But what do you make of him?
Nah, well, I just wanted to bring him up because he shot a 1 foot 3 pointer the other day
Oh,
off a pick and roll, came off the or in an ISO and shot the 1 foot 3 pointer, and who knows when that shot will start to become normal in the NBL and in the NBA.
that's a good shout. I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that. Rate or hate?
Great question. I hate it, man. I hate it.
Right.
That's not what this segment is called. Rate or hate? I'll start us off with one because it's been a conversation of the boomers this trip. Rate or hate foot massages or a foot pedicure, either one.
Foot pedicure. I mean, yeah, rate it.
Have-
I don't. Yeah.
Have you gotten one?
I can't say. No, I was about to say I can't say I've. See, this is always weird when I say rate it because my reason for rating it is purely I don't see any reason to not
Yeah.
have it, like to not rate it. But at the same time, I've never had it. So
Well, I'm challenging you then to go get a foot pedicure.
okay.
And sometimes
Well,
they,
I don't mind
yeah,
that.
they're $30. Or sorry, 30 bucks. It'll be a crazy experience. Take the missus, get a little foot pedicure together, a little date night, or then dinner afterwards maybe. And you'll have to let me know
That's a
how it
great
goes.
idea. That's a great. I like setting these challenges for each other. I said to Jack, I still haven't done it,
Either
but I
I,
said to
but we
him,
will.
yes, I said to him that I'd try his breakfast, whatever he has for breakfast every morning, the smoothie or
Yep.
something, which sounded pretty good to me.
Yeah,
So
there we go. Well, we'll get back. When I get back, we'll do the little breakfast swap challenge.
yeah, I love it. You rate foot massages?
I used to hate them, a bit too ticklish, but recently I've gotten there and I start to rate them, and I'll get one. I got to look after my feet, part of the job, and I'll get one every 4 months, maybe 3 a year.
Just a little ticklish.
Yeah.
I had to get past that.
Oh,
Past that stage.
Definitely took me some time, but like me and Beth will go get one every now and then, and it's a cute little, you sit there and chat while you're getting your foot massage. Pretty good time.
I'll have to do it. Yeah. Do they provide like? Can you ask for any coffee or anything? Like any drink as well? Do they? Depends which one you might go to.
Maybe, but I like where your head's at. Maybe I like where your head's at. You should go provide a little juice or coffee to. Wow, business idea for someone out there.
Not bad. I got one for you. Doesn't relate to foot massages
That's
at
okay.
all. But sour cream.
Wow, sour cream. Used to hate it. Recently rate it, but I wouldn't use a lot of it. But some nachos and some sour cream, it's gonna be smacking. What about yourself?
No, it's gross. No, it's gross. It's gross.
Wow, hate
Don't
it.
like it.
Hate it.
I don't. It's one of those things I just judge by the look of. Like I just don't like the look of it. And anytime someone's eating nachos and I'm like, you know what? I feel like some nachos, and then they put sour cream with it. I'm like, I no longer. I don't want those nachos.
Yeah.
No good.
There you go.
No good.
There-
That's all I got.
There you
No
go.
good.
So we've got one person that mildly likes sour cream, but I'll rate it, and one person that despises sour cream. So if it's on your nachos and your serve, will you scoop it off or just eat around it?
Yeah, scoop it off.
Yep.
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 Scoop it off. Yep. For sure.
There we go.
What's your next one?
I got glasses/sunglasses.
Yeah, I'll rate it. You're giving me some easy ones here. What's wrong with sunglasses or glasses?
Well, let's go sunglasses then. Scrap the glasses, sunglasses.
Yeah, I rate that. Yeah, I rate it.
Yeah.
So just some backstory. I never wore glasses, and then my partner again. She's an optometrist. Well, sort of used to be.
There you go.
Post career, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, she made me realize I need glasses while driving, sort of thing.
Wow.
And recently, not that recently, but got my sunglasses prescribed as well, and that has been a game changer.
Wow.
The world looks beautiful when it's sunny.
There you go. So what was the how did she know that you weren't crashing into things when you were driving, but how did she know that, hey, you need some glasses?
Yeah, just a few close calls that didn't
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
No, not really. She made a big deal out of it. Apparently, it's not safe. No. I was actually watching sport games. So watching sport games on TV.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just like, I actually can't see the score, and she was just like, you probably should be able to see the score from here. So
Wow.
got my eye tested. Wear glasses when I'm driving. Wear glasses when I'm gaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
When I want to see the scoreboard on sport.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, strong rate.
Yeah, nice.
I was like, you know those heartwarming videos of on like TikTok and stuff that you see of like the children that can't see and they can see for the very first time.
Yep.
That was kind of like myself when I put on
Yeah.
prescription glasses. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. There you
Yep.
go, huh?
Yep. You rate them? You like these sunglasses?
Nah, I hate them.
You just squint.
Yeah,
I used to just
I'm a
squint.
squinter, but I've never felt like I needed them. Maybe like once a year when you're driving perfectly at that time at like 4 p.m. and the sun's setting somewhere. But nah, I think I look ugly in them too. I haven't found a pair of sunnies that suit my face. So
Jeez, you just gotta find that pair. I never. I used to do the same. I used to just squint all the time, and yeah, it got to the point where the first time my dad like saw me wearing them in the car, he's like, "What that? Like, since when do you wear sunglasses? Like,
yeah,
this is a game changer for you." But yeah, I'd recommend it.
there you go.
Just don't squint. Surely it hurts your eyes.
Yeah, well, I might have to try and go on the hunt to find some I feel confident in.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
That's good.
yeah.
My next one is like a sort of like a three-part series. I'm just bringing you new ideas to the table
I
here.
love this.
Um, so first, it's like a overall question, which you can rate or hate. Then I've got like three sub questions to that
Yep.
initial question. Okay, so where am I? So NBL rivalry nicknames, rate or hate. Do you know what I mean by that? Like,
I
do you know
I don't.
So so maybe it's just a media thing or like NBL HQ thing. But you know how they call Southeast Melbourne versus Melbourne the throwdown?
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yes, I did know
Yes,
that.
and then so there's other ones, and then I'm sorry, but whoever thought of Illawarra versus Sydney as the freeway series, that has got to be the worst name.
Wow.
I don't understand. Yes, cool, there's a freeway connecting them, but it is such a bland. Yeah, I definitely do not
You got to be
rate
careful
that one.
posting this. Someone's at the office.
No,
Not.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it goes beyond the NBL. It's fine. I'm pretty sure someone else made it up and we just rolled with it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
if not, I love the idea.
Yeah,
I love the idea, guys.
yeah. Well, nah. Well then,
Absolutely nailed it.
yeah. Well then, yeah. I got to say, I rate the idea. Like people like can get behind a name of something. The throwdown is cool.
Yeah.
I actually do know what you're talking about. Um. So yeah, I got to say I rate
You
it.
gotta,
I don't pay too much
you,
attention to it though.
okay. So you rate the throwdown one? Do you rate the freeway series?
I do. No,
Please
I
don't.
do. No, no, no. I'm playing. Nah, no. You could think of something a bit more exciting than that.
No, I just every time I hear it, every time I have to type it in like a graphic or
Yeah.
anything, I'm just like, I really wish I wasn't doing this. But yeah, great name. Whoever thought of that?
Wow.
The next one, Sunshine Stoush. Have you heard of that one?
I have heard of that one. That's Brisbane versus
Oh yeah.
Cairns.
Yes. Yep. That's
Did you
it.
say stoush?
I think it's Stoush.
I don't know what that means.
But didn't you say you've heard of it?
I thought it was like yeah, the
Stoush.
battle of the Sunshine State. I think, but who knows? You're right.
I'm pretty sure it's the Sunshine
Well, I
Stoush.
don't know
I
what
don't
it
know.
means, so I don't rate it. I hate it.
I don't, I don't rate it as well. It just sounds weird, and the fact that we don't know what it means that it's not a very good name, right?
Well, listen. So whenever I find myself talking negative about something, which is good, you need to do it right. You got to hold people accountable. But I like
Yep.
to be solution based. So I'm putting you on the spot right now, and I need
Oh
you to
no.
give me a better one for either one. You can hit me with the prison. I'm putting you on the spot. You got to come up right now. You got 30
Oh.
seconds to hit me with a name or something that you could roll with. This is crazy. I know, because
No,
I know you've been thinking about it.
Well, I haven't really because I
Oh.
didn't expect you to throw that
Well,
question to me.
this might be another question for the people. We might have come with two questions, or we'll have a little challenge. We'll have a challenge next week to who can come up with the best name.
Yeah, I can. That's a better way to do it.
I
I'm not
agree.
just gonna sit
Yep,
here. I'm
I
not just
agree.
gonna try to
I
do my
agree.
best here.
Okay, well next week podcast, me and you are we're gonna come up with one, and we'll let the people vote.
Just do Sydney, Illawarra, and Brisbane Cairns. That's all we need.
Perfect. Well, listen,
Done.
I actually do have to go in the next 4 minutes because I'm about to have to go get some
Wow.
treatment from the physio. So I'm gonna
Wow.
have to cut this one short. So let's hit our gratitudes. Wow, this is a negative space. I'm just gonna start chucking up random things I'm grateful for. This is incredible. This is the best grateful for I've ever heard.
Okay, mine's really quick. Really thought about this. It may or may not have been influenced by my recent dessert tonight.
Yeah.
Love ice cream. Grateful for ice cream. Don't ever tell me there's another food or dessert that you can always fit in ice cream. You always want it. So that's my grateful for.
That's epic. You got to tell us your favorite flavor. I need to know that about you.
Oh no, I got asked this the other day, and I said like a mix between cookies and cream,
Yep.
chocolate mint, chocolate, and vanilla, and
Oh,
coffee flavors as well. Great.
oh, so
Yeah,
you love
yeah.
it all. The fact that you said cookies and cream first, that's what I'm sticking in my head. And that's my
That's what I
favorite. So
Beautiful. That's what I had an hour ago.
yeah.
What are you grateful for? Quickly.
Mine's an easy one this trip. We've brought it up a couple times, but I'm grateful to be part of the Boomers. It's it's one crazy experience getting to put on the Australian jersey, and one I definitely don't take for granted. And yeah, grateful for it every single time I get to go out there and battle Nick Kay and go out there and hopefully get a win against Kazakhstan and hopefully one day be an Olympics or a world champs.
Yeah, love it. I have to watch those games as well. I better watch them.
Yeah,
Let's do. Do you have, so you got 3 minutes, right?
yes, sir.
2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Let's quick one. So we got a message from. I don't know if you've met Jess Radford in real life.
Yeah,
It sounds like you
yeah,
may
yeah.
have.
I have a couple times.
Yeah. So she came up with an idea. So firstly, rate or hate tattoos. That's what she asked.
Yep.
Go.
I rate. I got a couple. Rate. Love them.
I was gonna say that's it. Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rate it. I don't have any, but if they mean something and that's your vibe,
Yeah,
I rate
yeah.
it for sure. And she had a quick segment which I believe you may have
Yeah.
mentioned as well, but this or that. So do you want to quickly run through? She has like four. I'll do them speed round of this or that. You just have to choose them.
I'll knock these out in 5 seconds, and then you have to go afterwards.
Wow, that is good. All right, crispy or soft bacon?
Crispy. Oh, there's a backstory for that, but we haven't got time, people.
We don't have time. I'll just follow you straight after as well. Crispy as well.
Nice.
Lightly toasted versus crucified toast.
Lightly toasted, a little brown.
Definitely lightly. I don't know why you want your toast charcoal. Runny yolk or firm yolk?
Ooh, runny yolk for sure.
I'm in the middle, to be honest. I can't decide. Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Jess.
that's not, no. You have to decide. That's not what this game is.
Oh, fine. Just go firm. Strong or light cheese? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Strong or light cheese? Strong.
Obviously light. No, I don't know. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Yeah, go Coke. People are really passionate about that, but I don't know why. Steak, rare or well done?
Rare.
Yep, medium rare is me.
Nice.
Facebook or Instagram? I'm sure.
Instagram.
Instagram or TikTok? I've just added that in.
TikTok.
Yeah, I'm going Instagram for the first and whatever. I'm just gonna go Instagram.
Yeah.
Driver or passenger? Last one.
Passenger for sure. What about yourself?
Yeah, I can't do it. Driver. Just go driver.
Let's go.
I do like being a passenger.
No,
Whatever.
no, which one? Which
50.
one?
50-50, can't do it. Right now, I feel like being a passenger. It's easier. It's late at night because Jack makes me do these podcasts late. So, passenger. Very good. Thanks for joining.
Hey, thank you very much, guys, for listening. Hope you're having a great week. We'll keep knocking these out and having some fun. Let's go.
Let's go, Boomers.
Let's go, Boomers.